Hello there and welcome back to the Streadlands. Today we're going to be looking at Parklife DLC by building up in this mountain range over here. I see a mountain, it's more of a hill, but it's still going to be nice nonetheless. And we're going to be extending our residential area over here as we have a little bit of a demand problem. But first we're going to change the name of our beachfront district here, which is going to be Beachfront Meadows by Michael in the comments in our last video. Well done, Michael. I think that is a amazing name for this place and is very fitting too. I think that name is so fitting. Beachfront Meadows, there we go. I love that. And we also have a late one from the last video to call this original district Alpha Acres from Brian Wrestler. But seeing as we're going to be building a residential area here today, I'd like to zone this area in and call this area here Alpha Acres. So well done, Brian Wrestler. We have named this area here Alpha Acres in your honor. So we're building a new residential area in this bit here, but we will need another interchange along this section of road here. So I think we're going to start with the intersection. There we go. And I'd like the interchange somewhere about here-ish. So I think if we delete there for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build an above ground crossing. So if we bring that across like that. So my last interchange, I do admit, was not great. So I'm actually going to change how I'm building the interchanges. Ah, that's perfect. Okay. I'm going to go down. Oh, not. So we can't go down anymore. And I think that should be, yeah, that looks good. I like that. So just going to make sure, oh no. So just going to be using some dirt roads here. So I've always really struggled with interchanges, so I did a little bit of research, watched a few videos, one of them being as, oh god, Overcharge Eggs, there we go. Overcharge Eggs interchange video, which was really helpful actually, and I saw this one here. I think I changed it a little bit to how he does it, but I'm not entirely sure actually, I can't quite remember. But this interchange, it does work and I quite like it. It's nice and smooth and it sort of suits this area. And I will be doing this interchange a lot more. I normally just do like an above ground roundabout, like a British interchange. They're good, but for this area I think this is a little bit better. So we're sticking with this one and I like how it goes underground. It makes it all nice and flat and smooth on the surface. There we go, and I'm hoping that works. Only time will tell. And then just, I want to cap it off at the end there. Gonna build a roundabout here, I think, and then lead off to our big park area here. But first, we have to deal with this issue over here. I'm gonna build a little bit of residential and some more commercial over here, as we have high demand for residential and a medium demand for commercial. Okay, so that there is kind of what we have. Not as patterned and gritty as that, which I do like. And I've left some big gaps here because I'm going to be placing maybe another school or a service or something in there. I want to have a park in the middle here as well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and connect these up with pathways, and I will be back after I place the pathways. Okay, so paths done. I've put the concrete paths in the middle as we're heading more towards the downtown bit, and these dirt paths just around the outskirts here. Just to blend in with the old side of the town. And then we've done this main road in the middle here. It's not different to the other roads. I'm probably going to change that maybe to a bike path too. So just placing down the zoning now, and as you can see I'm doing the commercial zoning on the outskirts yet again on the main road, just to stop the traffic flow inside the residential areas with lorries. I do actually go about placing 1 or 2 sections of commercial just in the middle by the park here. And of course connecting everything up with parks to the main road so that people walk a lot more than choosing to drive. And I'm doing a little bit of city planner plays there by placing the water pipes under the roads because it felt right in this area. I don't always do it, but I do sometimes. And connecting more paths up to connect the residences together. And yeah, just filling all of this up with residences. Not too much to talk about here. Okay, so just going to let that play, and while that's all growing in, we're going to start with the entrance to our nature reserve park on the other side of the interchange over here. And first we want to just get rid of that. I want to build a little roundabout here because we might go over here somewhere, but we want to go over here as well. And I was tempted to just do like a road curving that way and then the same road coming off that curving that way, but yeah. See, yeah, I think that should be big enough. We don't really want a big roundabout here. There's not going to be too much traffic, I shouldn't imagine. And I do, however, want to do a little dirt road just coming off there. up along here, and then if we continue going straight. And I do want to get rid of a good portion of these trees because I don't actually like these trees, if I'm honest. These are the ones that came with base game. These ones, they just look a bit compared to these ones anyway. You can see there's a good clear difference, and yeah, I just don't like them. So I'll be back once I got rid of most of these. Okay, they all deleted, which was an awful noise if you do not know. They yeah. That does not make a nice noise, but they're all gone now, which does mean we're gonna have to place our own trees. But luckily for me and you guys, I do like placing my own trees. If you have seen from my last episode, at the beach we placed them. Bit too many trees, but I like it. Oh no, low on water. Low on water. That's fine. We can actually, oh, that'd be a nice place. I want to add, there we go. Add a nice little water tower at the roundabout there. I quite like the look of that. Now, what I did in my last series with the one I'm still working on actually, the modded series, I did a little diner, and I would like to actually replicate that here. So we're gonna have one of the motels about there, and then oh, I want the diner to be maybe there. Then I was gonna add my own car parks in, but you can actually add, oh no, we can't. I did build it a bit too close, didn't I? That's fine. Move that along just the one. There we go. And then we will come back and decorate this area here. I think I may upgrade these roads just to regular one. And then it sort of trails off into the wilderness at this point. That'd be quite nice. And yeah, we're going to come back and add some decorations to this area. So I think here would be a nice place to actually start the park area, although we do need to place down a park zone first. Ooh. I'm thinking this whole section here would be a nature reserve. I have been tempted lately to buy this section back here, just so that we can move all of our dump and electrical stuff onto this little sort of alcove island bit here. I think that's something we may do in this episode. It'll also give us some more park space along here. But I'm going to start building and we shall see, because also I don't really want I don't really want this to be the view of our wilderness reserve here. It's a bit not really great, is it? No. So place down the main park, and I think about that would be good. Yay! Nature reserve's like a 3 tents, campfire, and 2 campfires. There we go. Ah, lovely. And I'm gonna enact by putting some park policies in place straight away. Recycle garbage. Okay, that is. I'm gonna do all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing some path work. Oh look, we've sorted out our problems. Lovely. So I'm going to place down some basic pathways. I'm going to do some along the flatlands over here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to spiral up the mountaintop and along the ridge there. I think that would be a nice one. So just bring the pathways out here. I am using the dirt pathway instead of the actual pathway that comes with the Park Life and Recreation. But I always say Park Life and Recreation, it's just Park Life DLC. Because this path here doesn't actually move the terrain, whereas you'll see I'm upgrading it now and it's moving the terrain. So I like to place the dirt path first if I can to get it around where I want to, and then just upgrade it to the park path. At this flat bit here it doesn't really matter because it's quite flat and it won't change too much of the ground. And these little paths here are gonna all lead to like little secluded camp areas for like families and stuff. Whereas this is going to be more of like a big hiking trail up here with a main base and a secondary base up here. And while I'm down here, just going to add a car park. A couple of small ones, no signs. I like that. And then we're going to add a fence and detail a little bit more. Is going to be a bit of a detailing one yet again. That is my bad. So no one wants to see me place down 100 tents and 1,000 trees. So I'm just going to kind of show what I've done at the end of this detailing bit. And I think that's probably for the best because, oh, there we go, busy town. Yay! Congratulations us. We've unlocked some good stuff here. So I completely forgot to give an overview, so here's me from the future of what we did in the nature reserve. So just an overhead look of what we've done here. We have this more flat area, which is more for beginner, intermediate, and more family people. This area is definitely more for families or for people that just want to go for a nice little walk. It's quite flat and easy to walk across. And then we have this more steep and longer trail up here, which is definitely more for your experienced hikers. And we have one stop over here, which is by this little castle ruin, which I really like actually. I like that we integrated this in with the nature reserve, a little bit of history that's preserved there. And then we have this second little peak over here, which is sort of working as a little base at the moment. We will be adding watchtowers up around this higher trail as soon as we get that unlocked. And once we get this section of the map here unlocked as well, we will begin detailing this, but it's looking a little bit barren at the moment. You can tell where the where our map is and where it sort of fades off there. This is what we've got so far, and I quite like what we've got. So we're gonna have to wait for it to level up and just to add some little lookout towers along the ridges here. Maybe we'll be extending the pathway up here someday as like a second sort of challenging trail. Now I do want to move this area here, and I'm thinking over to this ridge here would make a nice power plant area. What we are gonna have to do though, we're gonna have to buy this section. So I'm gonna buy that section first. Oh god. Our first section is gonna our first section that we've bought has gone into being a dump. Basically. I'd like to add a nice little sea wall support along this area. I think that would look quite realistic for a power plant sort of situation. And I'm just going to go with this plain old one here. And just want to delete some of this rubble as well. Wow, that there was noisy and took a little bit of time, but I think that was worth it. It looks quite nice now. I do want to extend this road and build maybe a little bridge over here. So we're just going to use this flatten surface tool. We're going to get the height for the train over here. Oh god, this bit needs flattening too actually. Let me just do that quickly. There we go, that should do. So we got the average height, so we're just going to level this hill bit out here. Let's see, yeah, that's a good respectable height. And bring that across, and then we're going to try and flatten this all out and make it nice and smooth right up to the water. And I'll be right back. So that's all nice and smooth now. So I'm just going to get a 2-lane road for now. Just bring it up and try and bridge across. We're probably going to want to make this into a bigger road at some point, just depending on the traffic flow. So if we put that there we go. And I just want to raise it up a little bit, so we're going to bring that down so it doesn't raise up too much, just slightly elevated. Nice little curve, and then I think we're going to come down to yet another roundabout here. Yep, that should be it there. And just going to bring some roads out across into the industrial area too. So we're going to bridge across here and hook up to yet another interchange onto this highway so that we have a second highway interchange in and out of the city. So this may cause a little bit of traffic. Might want to add a toll booth into this area at some point. And there's our second interchange onto the other highway, and this just sort of mirrors the interchange that we've just done on the other side of this river here. Nothing too special. So just placing in the basic roads for this industrial area, just going to bring over some of the water treatment, the two power plants, and a new recycling center area. So just placing this rubbish center on the main road here, facing that road, and I want to place in a recycling center next to it too, as we don't have the incinerator. So I'm just going to bring a road up and see if, oh, that fits like a glove. I love it. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good there. Oh, I love how that fits actually. So with these dumps, you either have to wait for them to completely empty out to move it or destroy it. Well, if you go into the landscaping tool and click building collapse, you can just do that and it just gets rid of it, and then you can go ahead and bulldoze it. So if you didn't know, now you do know. And obviously that only works if you have the disasters DLC, which is actually a surprisingly handy DLC. I quite like it. So one thing I do want to do for the nature reserve is to connect it to the residential area directly with pathways. So I'm going to do some more underpaths just under this highway here, just connecting it up. I see a lot of people doing overpasses with pathways, and overpasses are completely fine and valid, but I like them hidden and I like them to go under the road. I just think it looks a lot more neater this way. And hopefully that gets us a little bit more traffic into the nature reserve, so people can actually walk from their homes to the nature reserve park. And there is a little bit of traffic here actually, so I'm probably going to go ahead and upgrade all of these roads over this bit of water here. And yeah, we're definitely going to be adding around about here too. There we go, I think that's a little bit better, and hopefully that should sort out our traffic just a little bit in this area, although we shall find out. If not, we're definitely going to be adding in a couple of toll booths on one side of the bridge and one side of the highway here, just to stop a bit of the unnecessary traffic going through this area. So I'm just going to go ahead and extend all of these roads, filling up most of this island here. What I have planned for this island is I want to do a little bit of dirty industrial on this side. I think it would be quite a nice juxtaposition to the nice green nature reserve on the other side of the water here. We're going to be filling this with our coal and oil industry specialization. Now there is a little bit of oil industry just behind us here. I think at some point in the series we're going to go ahead and tap into that. But for now I just want to build out some factories and build just a nice little dirty sort of area. So now this area is all zoned up with industrial, just put it on pause and just going to fill one half up with oil industry and one side with the raw industry. Raw industry? Ore industry, that's what I meant, not raw. And we're going to go ahead and let that grow, and we're going to come back and see how it looks. So it's been some time, just added a fire station in at the entrance of our nature reserve there, and oof, yes, that does look very depressing and industrial-like. So I'm going to go ahead and detail this area here is looking a little bit bare. Want to fill in a little bit more residential too. We're climbing a demand in that yet again, but not going to fill up too much. Yeah, and our nature reserve has leveled up to number 2, so I'm just going to go ahead and place some of these little lookout towers just up on the taller ridges here. Just do a couple around this castle, like so. Oh, let me... Okay, no, that one's a bit too tall. Yeah, let's do the other one. Oh, wait, no. Might work here, actually. Oh, that looks so nice there. Yeah, I like that. And then smaller one just next to the castle. Ah, lovely. Overlooking the highway. And then we do some overlooking this industrial area too. Why not? I think that will look really nice. Some nice views there. Lovely. So just back with some detailing, I've just sort of detailed a little bit around this area here, added in some fencing and some nice bright trees just to brighten up this area. I've also stuck to adding a little green belt just separating these two neighborhoods just around the pathways here. Then I've gone ahead and upgraded this main road all the way up and around with a bike path with a little bit of green in the middle just to emphasize the green belt area here. And then I've gone ahead and upgraded the main roads just through these little neighborhoods into bike paths too, just to encourage a bit of biking over driving. And you see, it's already working. A lot of people are already riding their bikes, and I quite like that change. It gets rid of parking too. So I have left these 3 areas here quite open and green because I do plan on actually adding something here. I would like to add a little bus exchange and then maybe a train station over here at some point once we do unlock trains. And maybe a train station just over here just as we unlock trains in the future. Would be quite nice to have a little overchange here. The traffic over here is still good, but I'm still thinking about adding in a toll booth, and we're going to finish off with just a little bit of industrial decoration around this area. So one place I'd like to add a toll booth is here. Just stop some of the industrial traffic using this as a switch around to get from here to here to here to here. I'm just going to pause the game and just delete a section of this road. A bit away from the roundabout so traffic can queue. There we go. So just place that back down. And I think we're going to have to delete a good portion of that as well. That looks not good. Okay. I think we'll start from the bridge, actually. Oh. Oh no, it's now deciding to add it. Maybe if we do... And then we upgrade with that. Oh no. See, that's annoying. That's not good. That's something I don't like about this game. That fixed it somehow. Let's just upgrade all of this with bikes then, I guess. So then people can bike from here to work over here. There we are. So we unpause that. You can set the charge to the max. Why not? It should deter people away from using this road though. That's what I'm saying. And then we might want to upgrade this too, because it's a little bit sluggish there. Nice big industrial road. Ooh. I didn't realize it did that when you raised it up. Oh, I like that. Okay, that looks very industrial and scary. I like this. Yeah. It looks depressing, and I like it. And then we have a nice clear mix into the nice side where housing is, and then the industrial side where industry is. And look at that traffic sort itself out. Wow, it is perfection. So just going to do a little bit of detailing with this industrial park, and then I will be right back. There we are, the industrial park is all decorated. I've gone ahead and upgraded the roundabout and put just a little bit of a pop of colour in there, although some of it is slightly faded out by the pollution effect around the outskirts, especially these trees around this little car park here. But I think it still looks okay. I've just gone for a more wild, overgrown look, as in this place probably isn't really kept up much, and it's a bit lowland, so this bit here probably floods when it rains. And yeah, I think I just made a I made a okay looking overgrowth area just on the outskirts of the industrial zone here. Sort of unkept and a bit fenced off around the perimeters here. And then we also made a nice big overgrowth bit just above the tunnel here, so it looks like it's gone down to avoid ruining some green areas. And once again, just add a little pop of colour around the outskirts. And I think for an industrial zone, I think we did an okay job actually. This doesn't look too bad for decorating, if I do say so myself. And then once again gone in and added just some of these spiky fences around the outskirts to make it look a bit industrial. And then we will continue zoning up this area as needed. But for now we don't really have a need for more industrial zoning. There's plenty. And we also have room to expand on our water and our power here. Yeah, we have places to expand as needed, and I quite like this area now. It's for an industrial zone, it's quite good. And traffic flow is now quite optional at the moment. It's optimal. I'm now just realizing that this is a two-way and not a one-way, making this the weirdest roundabout I've ever seen. But somehow it's actually working. Have I created a new concept? Oh my god, I have. I've created a new design for roundabouts. Oh my god, look at me being a British person. Wow, congratulations us. So I think we're going to leave this episode here. I think we've made quite a nice juxtaposition actually. Dirty industrial versus a nice lush green area, and I quite like it. It is certainly hiding some evil. So we're going to leave here today with some cinematics. I hope you did enjoy yourself. If you did, please do leave a like. It does help me out. And please do consider subscribing. Have a lovely day. I shall see you soon. Goodbye for now.